Hello guys, welcome back. This is Jenna here, and as you can see, we have another tier list ready for y'all. Today's tier list is going to be ranking Colleen Hoover books. Yeah, ranking Coho books. I have not read all of them. There are a select few that I have not read. But I'm getting there. I'm very excited. But first, to start off, we're just going to go through the rankings. So at the bottom, we have haven't read, any books that I have not read just are going straight in there. Then we have canceled. Canceled, 1 to 2 stars, would never read again. Then we have the definition of 3 stars. Just straight mid. Then we have liked, but probably would not reread. I liked it in the moment, but I probably would not pick it up again. So good. Simple, so good. 5 stars. 4, 5 stars, so good. Then at the top, we have 6 stars. If there was a 6-star rating, these books would get it. Let's get started. I am honestly kind of nervous because I've never, really thought about, each of the Coho books' ratings. Because in my opinion, I think they're all really good. And I think they all, in the moment, I love them. So, we're just going to get into it, okay? November 9th by Colleen Hoover, obviously. This book, the plot twist was insane, right? If you've read it, obviously, also, this is going to be as spoiler-free as I can make it, okay? As spoiler-free as possible. But if if you've read November 9th, you know that the plot twist, wow, it is quite crazy. But then if we're also talking about book boy, right, Ben, did not really like Ben that much. But the book, though, I'm gonna say liked, but probably would not read. Reread, I mean. I don't see myself rereading that. Reminders of Him, enough said, 6 stars. This is probably my favorite Coho book. Ledger is a phenomenal man. Love that man with my whole heart. Love this book. Maybe Now, I actually have not read. I have it, but I have not read. I DNF'd it, actually, so. Hopeless. So good. Hopeless is so good. And while we're at it, I'm going to put Losing Hope with that as well. Because Hopeless and Losing Hope, if you don't know, it's a part of the Hopeless series. And they're the same story, but Hopeless is in Sky's point of view, the girl, and then Losing Hope is in Holder's point of view, which is the male's point of view. So, there you go. Never Never. I've actually started this, but have not finished it, so it's just going to go into haven't read. Really interesting story, though. I'm really excited. Finding Perfect. This is the final novella in the Hopeless series. It kind of close all of the characters together. I'm going to say liked, but probably 3 stars. The definition of 3 stars. It was good. It was what was needed, One more step. I believe this is the Bookworm box book for Coho. It has multiple indie authors all in it, but I have not read it, so there you go. Confess. I really loved this book in the moment. I think literally in the moment when I finished it, I gave it 5 stars. But now that if I go back and think about Confess, I don't remember much of the story. So I'm gonna say liked, but probably would not reread. Regretting You. Regretting You is one of my favorite Coho books. This is going into so good. That book was so good. Heartbones, such a cute book. This is going to go in the definition of 3 stars for me. My sister loved this a lot more. I feel if it was maybe 50 pages longer, would have loved it. I feel we did not get enough from Samson and Bea, in my opinion. Layla, this was a super, I don't want to say creepy, but it was just a really interesting book. I'm going to say this one is so hard. I'm tied between either liked but probably wouldn't reread and then the definition of 3 stars. I'm going to say the definition of 3 stars. There you go. Point of Retreat, I have not read. All Your Perfects. This book broke me. This is going to go into So Good. Because it was so good. There you go. This Girl, once again, have not read. While we're at it, I'm going to put slammed, because if you did not know, that these 3 books right here are, excuse me, all a part of the Slammed series, and I have not read that. Finding Cinderella. This was so flipping cute. This is also part of the Hopeless series. It's a novella. It follows Holder's best friend and Sky's best friend and their little romance. And they're, like, it was so interesting. I would have loved to have gotten, like, a whole book about them. It ends with us. Come on. This is gonna go in between Hopeless and Losing Hope in the So Good category. Like, this, I mean, come on. It was the first Go-Ho book that I read of hers. It is a classic. It is so good. Maybe not. I own it. Once again, have not read it, but I know that, I know who it's about and stuff like that. That is a novella to the Maybe Someday series we're about to get into. Maybe Someday, once again, loved it in the moment, but I'm going to say liked but probably would not reread. Because the more I think about it, there were just some things that I didn't really like about the relationship. So, there we go. Without Merit. Ooh, this book was so good. And I guess that honestly is my answer right there. There you go. Without Merit is phenomenal. Highly recommend. Too Late. Have not read. Was scared to. Because I know that this book is intense. Once again, 2 more days. Have not read that. Finally, the final stretch, y'all. We have Ugly Love. This was one of the first Go-Ho books that I read. I think I read, It Ends With Us, then Ugly Love, November 9th. I think it was, that order. Ugly Love. Definition of 3 stars. I know I liked it in the moment. Plot twist was really good. I'll give that, you know what I mean? Actually, you know what? It's gonna go in likes, but probably wouldn't reread. Because I remember reading that plot twist and being like, what now? There we go. Then finally, Verity. Come on, Verity is just so good. And I would reread this, actually. So you know what? This is going in So Good. Oh my gosh, I don't have any in canceled. That's kind of funny. Yeah, I don't have any in canceled. Wow. You guys, there you go. As you can see, I still have a lot to read. That's actually quite funny. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't see myself reading the Slammed series, unless they get new covers. I don't see myself reading the Slammed series at all. Just not, I don't really like insta love. It's not my favorite trope, and I know that that is a big trope in it, so not my fave, I'll be honest. But I do see myself reading Never Never eventually, and Too Late. So, there you go. I guess we'll start. In the definition of 3 stars, we have Finding Perfect, Heartbones, and Layla. And then in liked but probs wouldn't reread, we have November 9th, Ugly Love, Confess, Finding Cinderella, and then Maybe Someday. In So Good, we have Hopeless, It Ends With Us, Losing Hope, Regretting You, All Your Perfects, Without Merit, and then Verity. Then in the 6-star top tier category, we have Reminders of Him. Come on. Reminders of Him, y'all. Please, if you have not read it, I highly recommend it. It is my favorite. It is so good. And yeah, there you go. Thank you all so much for watching. Hope y'all are having a fantastic day, evening, night, whatever. And I'll see you in the next one.